Okay, this is notes 4.3. Okay, on our notes 4.3, matrix operations, we're going to start adding and subtracting, and also we'll be multiplying and distributing and doing all kinds of different operations with these. First thing we do, as with all matrices, is we label them. This is a dimensions of 2 by 2. B is 2 by 3. C is 3 by 2. D is a 3 by 3. And E is a 2 by 2. Okay, the first one says A plus E. So I'll look at A and I'll look at E. In order to add matrices, they have to be exactly the same dimensions in order to add or subtract. They're both 2 by 2, so they both work out just fine. So the A, we have to match up the corners with the corners that correspond. So if I'm doing plus, that's -1 plus 3 is 2. 4 plus 9 is 13. 5 plus a -1 is 4. 7 plus 0 is 7. That would be A plus E. Okay, taking a look at the next one, number 2. It's saying 2 times E minus 3 times A. My recommendation is on the second one, distribute through by -3, so we use up the negative. We can only use the negative once, or that minus once. And now I can make it a plus, so it becomes just like number 1. So 2 times E would be me taking a 2 and distributing it times everything on E. So it would be 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times -1 is -2. 2 times 0 is 0. So there's my 2E. I'm going to go ahead and put a plus because I'm going to use the -3 and distribute it times the A. So -3 times -1 is a +3. -3 times 4 is a -12. -3 times 5 is -15. And -3 times 7 is a -21. So I've used up my negative. So now I just add them together just like I did on number 1. 6 plus 3 is 9. 18 minus 12 would be a 6. -2 plus a -15 is -17. And then 0 plus a -21 is -21. Okay, next up, it's asking me for B plus C. I look up here and B is a 2 by 3, C is a 3 by 2. They are not the exact same dimensions, so this one is not possible. Okay, number 4 asks me for B times C. So I look back up at B and C to see if I can multiply those. If the middle numbers are the same, B times C, the middle numbers are the same, that means yes, I can multiply them. The outside numbers, so the inner numbers same, outer numbers tell me what kind of matrix I will have at the end. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this one times this one. Remember, we have stadium rows, so it's like in a movie theater. I have row 1 and row 2, and I have to multiply row 1 times the column that holds up the movie theater. I've got 2 columns that hold up the movie theater. So I'm going to multiply row 1 by row 2, adding along the way. Then I'll move over, multiply row 1 by the column 2, adding them up along the way. So here we go. Let's take off on this. And I'm going to do the work over to the side so you can see. This will be number 4 over here. So we have 0 times -7 is 0. Plus 1 times 4 is 4. Plus -2 times 5 is a -10. So that was the first row multiplied by the first column. Now I'm going to take that top row and multiply it by the second column. So I'm moving over a little bit. Okay, so it'll be 0 times 3 is 0. Plus 1 times -2 is -2. Plus -2 times 2 is -4. Okay, now we're ready to move on to stadium row 2 here. -3 times negative 7 is 21, plus 6 times 4 is 24, plus negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. Move over to the second column. So bottom row times the second column. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. 6 times negative 2, negative 12. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Now let's clean these guys up. I got 0 plus 4 minus 10. That gives me negative 6. Over here, I have 0 minus 2 minus 4, which is also a negative 6. On the bottom, I got 21 plus 24 minus 5. That gives me 40. Negative 9 minus 12 minus 2 is negative 23. And sure enough, there is my 2 by 2 matrix, like we said we would have at the end. Okay? All right, moving on. Okay, using the same ones. We're going to do C times B. Okay, I'm going to transcribe so that we have the same matrix here. 2 by 3. This is a 3 by 2. This is a 3 by 3. And 2 by 2. Okay, same matrices we used before. So C times B. So I'll look up here, and C is a 3 by 2 times B. So if I were to take that B and push it over here, that would be a 2 by 3, which tells me, yes, I can do it. Okay, and it will yield a 3 by 3. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move my B out here so it makes it easier for me to multiply. Okay, so 0, 1, negative 2, negative 3, 6, and negative 1. And I know I'm going to have 3 columns of 3. Okay, so I'm going to take the first row, top row, multiply it by the first column, and add them up. So here we go. So we have negative 7 times 0 is 0. Then I have 3 times negative 3 is plus a negative 9. Now I'm moving over to column 2. So top row times column 2. Negative 7 times 7 is a negative 7. 3 times 6 is a positive 18. Moving over to column 3. Top row times column 3. Negative 7 times negative 2 is a positive 14. 3 times negative 1 is a negative 3. Okay? Now I'm going to go to the middle row times the first column. 4 times 0 is 0. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Now middle row, 4 times 1 is 4. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Now final column, I got 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2. Now our final row times column 1. 5 times 0 is 0. 2 times negative 3 is a negative 6. Now second column, 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 6 is a positive 12. Last column, 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. 2 times negative 1 is a negative 2. Now we clean it up. I got 0 minus 9, so that's a minus 9. Negative 7 plus 18 is 11. 14 minus 3 is 11. Second row, 0 plus 6 is 6. 4 minus 12 is a negative 8. Negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. 0 minus 6 is a negative 6. 5 plus 12 is 17. Negative 10 minus 12 is, or 2 is a minus 12. And there's my 3 by 3 matrix. Okay, the next one is asking me for C times D. Okay, so if I look at it, C times D would be a 3 by 2 times a 3 by 3. Well, the middle numbers, if I had a 3 by 2 out here, they don't match up. So that one is not possible. And we would do the same thing for number 7. We would multiply D times C. D is a 3 by 3, and C is a 3 by 2, which would yield that would be possible, and it would yield us a 3 by 2 matrix. Okay, so I'm just going to fill in so that you will have them for your notes on this one. You should come out with a final answer of 64, negative 32, negative 31, negative 4, 14, and 10. Okay, that way you'll have them for your notes. You can check your work. Finally, finding each variable, we've got 4 variables, w, x, y, and z. So we make our key w equals x equals y equals z equals. This is a 2 by 3 matrix and a 2 by 3 matrix, so we just match them up with their buddies. So 2x goes with this corner with this corner. So 2x equals 10, divide by 2, x would equal 5. Put in my key. Okay, next one, let's do y. Here's our y. Y minus 3 pairs up with the 4 because it's in the middle, so equals 4. Move my minus 3 across, becomes a plus 3, so y equals 7. Put in my key. Okay, now we can go ahead and do our w. It's w plus y equals 8. So w plus y equals 8. We know our y, we just solved for it. It's 7. So w plus 7 equals 8. Move the 7 across, so it becomes a minus 7. W equals 1. Okay? Finally, our z's. We have 3z plus 1. It pairs up with the bottom middle over here, so equals 2z minus 9. Move our z's to one side, regular numbers to the other. So 3z minus 2z equals a negative 9 minus 1. So that would be z equals negative 10. The assignment that we will be doing on 4-3 will be A 4-3. We're going to do numbers 1, 2, 4, 10, and 12. This concludes the notes for 4-3.